Pinchas is most famous for killing two people who were in the midst of a highly inappropriate public act. And he's called Pinchas the Zealous, or the Zealot, for this reason. It's interesting that he's most well known for killing someone or two people because he comes from the line of Cain. And this is from the Gate of Reincarnations, the Kabbalistic text by Yitzhak Luria and Chaim Vital. The many who came from Cain. And this chapter is an absolute gold mine. Just have a look at the names on this list. It's pretty incredible. But you can see that Pinchas is on the list, and so is Jethro, and many of his descendants as well. Jesse, the father of David, many of the prophets. Elkanah, there's many hints about that throughout the text. And those who come from this soul root. So we're going to explore this via the classical texts as well as connections in Gematria. Because Pinchas comes from a very interesting background. For instance, Pinchas has the value 208, which incidentally is the same value as Yitzhak or Isaac, as well as Hagar, who is also Hagar, the convert type, or this non-Jew who's attached to Israel and believes in one God. You can see that's kind of appropriate because this is this mixed background that Pinchas comes from. Anyway, you can find his name like this 18 times in the text. And his name is also the same value as when God asks Cain, as you see here, where is Abel? So we'll go check that out. And Hashem said to Cain, God said to Cain, where is your brother Abel? So it says here, Cain, where is Abel? And he said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? And Pinchas' name is also the same value as the word for kill. So again with Cain here, as you see here, Hashem, God, said to him, I promise if anyone kills Cain, you can see the word here, same value as the name Pinchas, to kill, slay, murder. If anyone kills Cain, sevenfold judgment or vengeance shall be exacted. And Hashem, God, put a mark on Cain. So it says that Pinchas comes from someone named Puti, which is interesting because Jethro or Yitro, who is also from Cain, the kenite or cainite, is called putiel, and Yosef or Joseph is also called Puti, and they say he actually comes from both of these lines. It's interesting here in one of the explanations says where they're arguing back and forth about this. It says Eleazar, Aaron's son of Aaron, who is the father of Pinchas, took himself a wife from the daughters of Putiel. And it's interesting, they say, is he from the family of Yitro, who is called Putiel because he fattened calves for idol worship? Or was he from Puti, who is Yosef, because he mocked his desire by resisting the advances of Potiphar's wife? Puti is also Potiphar because Jethro is Potiphar. They don't mention that here, but Jethro is Potiphar, and even when they're trying to say it's Yosef, they use Jethro to kind of prove it. Just interesting. Pinchas ben Eleazar, so his full name, is the same value as Beit Yosef, or house of Yosef, house of Joseph. So there's a Gematria connection for sure between them. But then there's also one with Jethro, or Yitro, Eleazar ben Aaron, who is the father of Pinchas. His full name has the value 616, which is also the same value as the name Yitro, or Jethro. So there are Gematria connections that are extremely strong and clean both ways. Very interesting. So Pinchas was called the zealot, or a zealous person. It says that many times. This is what he's basically known for. Another connection to Jethro and Cain, because Kain is one of Jethro's names, and it's because he also was zealous for heaven, and he acquired Torah. Pinchas was also the son of the high priest, Eleazar. Interesting, because as you see here, Pinchas was son of the high priest Eleazar, and came Yitro, the illustrious high priest, a master of all other deities, and praised the Holy One, blessed be he, and said, "Now I know." Just interesting, because in the beginning, Cain said, "I don't know." Now I know that Hashem is the greatest of all the other gods. It was then that the Holy One, blessed be he, went up and made known his greatness on high and below, and then the Torah was given in its entirety, that it may reign over all. Here's another cainite person, or kenite person, from the line of Cain, Yael, or two of them actually. Yael, the wife of Heber the Cainite. Yael is also most known for what? Killing somebody. As in Judges 4, Yael was a figure in the book of Judges who lured Sisera, the evil Sisera, an enemy Canaanite general, into her tent. She put him to sleep there by giving him warm milk, and killed him by hammering a tent peg into his skull. So she, like Pinchas, comes from the same line and did a mitzvah by killing somebody. Did a good thing by killing someone. And you can see it here in Judges 4:21. That she sticks the tent peg through his skull. It's a pretty famous incident. Jethro was also called by 7 different names at least. As we said, Kain and Putiel, and there are many others. But he was also called Heber, or Heber the Cainite, who is the husband of Yael. Heber also happens to be one of the names of Moses.